Always hydrate before crying profusely. It's important that you replenish your tears. Welcome to Webtoon Toon 10. It's time to pack up your emotional baggage and hop aboard as we journey through these 10 series that are bound to make you ugly cry, but like, in a fun way. So let's get this pain train on the tracks, starting with The Boxer. You know how sometimes you're just on the Webtoon app minding your own business and then a series, like The Boxer, just gut punches you in the feelings? Yeah, it's a little uncalled for. The Boxer is actually a deep dive into the human condition. All the characters from the underdogs to the protégés have lived nuanced lives before stepping into the ring, and their life philosophies are woven into the way that they box. Your soul will ache when you trace through the different epiphanies and tragedies that lead these fighters to find boxing. My giant nerd boyfriend. Listen, if I wanted to see a perfect couple, I'd just go on Instagram. The slice of life webcomic My Giant Nerd Boyfriend keeps it both funny and real by following the relationship between the author and her boyfriend, which is now her fiance, I might add. You get to see how two real people navigate obstacles by being candid about their feelings, their losses, and their insecurities. It's actually a pretty common occurrence to scroll down to the comment section and see a lot of readers asking that age-old question of, alright, who's cutting the onions in here? Odd Girl Out. Oh, what's that? You're not in tears yet? Okay, then here's a tragic backstory. Odd Girl Out follows Nari as she navigates high school and the stresses of balancing romantic and platonic relationships as you struggle to define yourself. One character in particular, Seung-ha, has a tragic yet touching backstory about the darkest time in his life. His emotional outbursts and cry for help will definitely strike a chord in your heart. Devil number 4. Has a happy person ever agreed to sell their soul to the devil? No? Well, I guess this series can't be too happy then. This series has a literal handsome devil named Number 4, who singles out Hana Yoon for a contract in which he'll grant her any wish in exchange for her soul. But Hana is so disillusioned by life, having been abandoned as a child by her mother, that the girl has no desires, and thus nothing to wish for in exchange for her soul. Brewing conflict takes the story to darker depths as the pursuit of desire always demands a painful price. I'd sell my soul for a happy ending. I'm just kidding. Or am I? No, I really am. This is a devil-free zone, please. Except for you, Astaroth. Days of Hana. The series Days of Hana comments on society, status, and prejudice in a world of humans and werewolves, where the werewolves are treated like pets by the humans. As society evolves, giving the wolves equal rights, turmoil brews and violence erupts. A human girl and wolf boy struggle to protect each other from a world that can't seem to move forward. And for the record, this series literally destroyed an entire evening for me. 10 out of 10. Would do it again. Wonderful, wonderful experience. The Horizon. The Horizon is easily one of the darkest series that I've personally ever encountered, so you might just want to pop over to our Toon 10 Crazy Comedies video for a little palate cleanser after this. Oh wait, that video doesn't exist. Well then, joke's on you. Joke's on me. Let's just get through this. Okay, so, two orphan children vow to fend for each other as they walk further and further through a war zone. On their endless journey, they encounter scattered survivors, all psychologically branded by the horrors of war, and all wandering through this wasteland of broken hearts. The stark black and white color palette, scratchy line art, and disorienting panels all create a visceral journey of devastation and its aftermath. Yumis Cells. The series Yumis Cells depicts, you guessed it, Yumis Cells, as tiny people reacting to Yumi's life. So for example, like when she's heartbroken, the disappointment is multiplied a million times over. We can all relate to Yumi's search for happiness, and she reminds us that we must love ourselves first to love anyone else. So if you're crying for Yumi, then it's probably all your cells crying together. At least they have each other, you know? Good for them. Hooky. Okay, we're about to dial up the trauma meter from 1 to 100. Honestly, I would argue we were already at like a solid 80 after I brought up the horizon, but we've pushed the up button. We are on the trauma elevator. Let's go. The series Hooky, by the same author as Marionetta, misleads you initially with fun magical mishaps and cute art, but it gets really dark, placing incredible strain on main characters Danny and Dorian. Compounding trauma washes away their naivete, and they realize that good and evil aren't so black and white. About death. The series about death will have you so deep in thought that you might not even notice all the tears streaming down your face. Each episode is a short story where someone appears in purgatory and meets a guy called God, the chillest, omnipotent being you've ever met, before the episode concludes with some juicy existential twist, which just kind of sounds like a regular Tuesday, you know? Sometimes it gets so deep that you have to read the comments for some emotional support, but the series consistently reminds us that nothing makes you value life more than death. My Daughter is a Zombie. My Daughter is a Zombie is one of my mom's favorite series on Webtoon. What does that mean? Do you think it's because I'm kind of like a zombie? Like, do you think she relates? I don't know, but she loves it. And you might be wondering, like, what is a comedy series doing in an ugly cry video? Is it so funny that you're gonna be crying from laughter? I mean, yeah, kinda, but also no. Primarily yes, but on the flip side, no. Alright, so in the series My Daughter is a Zombie, when Chonghwan's daughter, Sua, gets bitten by this little twerp of a zombie, he refuses to kill her, convinced that he can just kind of tame her, like an animal. And I mean, is that not just parenting to some extent? The absurdity of his blind optimism results in a lot of spectacular comedy, but the series never forgets that at its heart, it's a story about a father fighting for his daughter's life. Old memories occasionally resurface, reminding Chonghwan that while Sua is technically alive, the real Sua may just be gone forever. We all feel better after a good cry, so you're gonna have to let us know what Webtoon series wrecked you in the comments below, and if you are in need of a good cry, you can go ahead and check out all those series we just talked about on the Webtoon app. I'm actually gonna go get to work on a Toon 10 that focuses less on crying, so I'll see you next time.